Okay, Camille. So, why don't you start by telling us what a super titleist is and why their job is so important to opera?
Sure. So, as we know, most operas aren't in English, and this poses a problem for American audiences. And even when they are in English, it's not always easy to understand. So that's where I come in. So super titles are a lot like subtitles in a movie, except for instead of below the action, they're usually above, so that the audience can be reading the translation and then just glance down at the stage, go back and forth between the two. So I am the operator of those slides. So basically, I am sitting usually with the rest of the production team, and I am following the music in the score, and I'm also clicking through a slideshow of translations, and I'm keeping time with everything. I'm monitoring what's going on stage, what's happening with the conductor, and I'm just making sure that the audience can understand what's going on.
How are you able to do this if you don't speak the language that the opera is in originally? How can you manage all of this and keep everything together?
So I'm not only reading the language, but I'm also reading the music. So that's a really helpful skill. And because I'm a singer myself, I'm familiar with all the operatic languages: French, Italian, German, some Spanish operas too. So that's really helpful. I wouldn't be able to do it if I couldn't read music or those languages.
And what would you say is the most challenging part about that job?
I would say the most challenging part and the most fun part are the really, really fast kind of pitter-patter scenes. So in Don Procopio, for example, sometimes there'd be 3 or 4 singers all getting through a wall of text at the same time. The music is we're just ripping through the score, and I have to keep up with them, but I also have to give the audience enough time to actually digest the slides so that they know what's going on. Another really challenging part is that I'm sort of responsible for landing the jokes. So I can totally ruin a joke by putting a slide too early or too late. So I am watching the singers like a hawk, trying to interpret their body language and then seeing where they are in the music so that I can give them the best laugh possible.
And as an arts worker, what does Labor Day mean to you? Most people think about heavy labor when they think about celebrating Labor Day. What does it mean for us in our fields?
So many people before me have worked to have equal pay in the arts and fair working hours and safe working conditions. So that's definitely something to celebrate on Labor Day.
And what other jobs do you have in the arts? Because I hear that you are quite busy.
I am, yeah. So when I'm not running super titles, I am a singer myself. I'm also a stage manager. I'm a teaching artist, so I do a lot of community engagement, a lot of work with schools and nonprofits, and I'm a private voice teacher as well.
How can people support the arts and arts workers or arts laborers on Labor Day this year?
Ooh, on Labor Day. Okay, well, get on your computer and go buy season tickets to concerts and operas, and chamber music ensembles, and mark your calendar with a full season of shows. That's the best way to support the arts. I was kind of thinking about those who totally dismiss opera and say, oh no, it's not for me. Come see a pop show and it'll change your mind.